Have you ever felt like no one understands you? Like you're speaking a language no one else knows? Let me tell you a story about a boy named Leo, and a silence that wasn't empty at all. Leo wasn't like the other kids. While they were shouting in the playground, Leo was often found by himself, tracing patterns in the dust or watching the clouds drift by. The world for him was a whirlwind of noise, a constant barrage of sounds that felt sharp and overwhelming. People thought he was just shy, maybe a little strange. They'd say, "Cat got your tongue, Leo," but they never waited for an answer. So Leo learned to be quiet. He built a fortress of silence around himself, a safe space where the world couldn't get in. One afternoon, while hiding from the clamor of a school fair, he wandered into the forgotten corner of the library. It was dusty and smelled of old paper and stillness. There he found a book unlike any he'd ever seen. It had no words. Instead, its pages were filled with intricate, beautiful drawings of hands. Hands that were dancing, pleading, laughing, and telling stories. Leo was mesmerized. He traced the lines with his finger, feeling a strange sense of recognition. He took the book home and spent hours mimicking the shapes with his own hands. At first it was clumsy, but soon his fingers started to flow. He realized he was learning a new language, a language of silence. He could finally say everything he felt without making a sound. He could describe the deep blue of the evening sky, the warmth of the sun on his face, the ache of loneliness in his chest. His hands became his voice. One day, his mom found him talking to himself in the mirror. Instead of being confused, she sat down beside him, her eyes filled with a gentle curiosity. Leo hesitated, then slowly, he started to tell her a story with his hands. He showed her the scary noise of the school bell, the kindness of the lunch lady, the beauty of a spider's web. To his astonishment, she watched, and she understood. She didn't have to know the language of signs to understand the language of his heart. She saw his joy, his fear, his wonder. From that day on, things changed. Leo started to teach his family. A gesture for "I love you," a sign for "good morning." His little fortress of silence began to open up, not with loud noises, but with quiet understanding. He even found a friend at school, a girl named Maya, who was fascinated by his silent stories. Together, they created their own secret signs, building a bridge between their two worlds. Leo's story teaches us something profound. Sometimes, the loudest messages are the ones spoken without a single word. Communication isn't just about speaking. It's about listening, watching, and trying to understand what's in someone's heart. It's about finding your own unique way to connect. Leo didn't need to change who he was to be heard. He just needed to find his own language and someone willing to listen to the silence. So if you ever feel like you're not being heard, remember, Leo, maybe your voice isn't meant for shouting. Maybe it's in your art, your music, the way you care for others, or even in the quiet strength you show every day. Find your language and you will find your people. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. We all have a story to tell. What's yours?